cultural, you know, it's a culture of thought, and we're all products of that environment, and we have to be very conscious about it to create those changes. But I mean, in 2011, I became the first social entrepreneur to appear on The Apprentice in the UK. So 75,000 people applied, went onto the show, and I thought, right, I'm going to bring, you know, a new way of doing business to this show. And it was a very, very dog-eat-dog environment, although they edited to make it look even more so. It is very, very edited. But I mean, you get onto a show, and it's like, you know, if a man is really, really driven, and I'm talking from looking at the way people were talking on Twitter and things, if a guy is really driven, he's really ambitious, it's like, wow, you know, he's a go-getter, a pat on the back, great. If a woman is like, go-getter, putting herself forward on shows like that, it's, oh my God, she is so like, you know, she's the B word, or she's, you know, she's so trying to get people out the way, and she's so this, and she's so that. And it's, you know, and it was that. But I think we're actually moving away. We've come such a long way from that now. And I think people are much more aware of it, and they're much more kind of congratulatory to women. But it was interesting. A few years ago, I do a lot of professional speaking, and I was invited to speak at the United Nations Chamber in UNESCO. And afterwards, there was a gentleman who came up to me, and he said, "Melody, that was really great. It was so professional." And I stopped at the word professional, and I said, that's a very interesting word, professional. Why do you say that? Did you think it was going to be unprofessional? And he said, well, and I was younger then. You know, I had really long hair to here and everything. And he said to me, well, I saw you walk up on stage. You know, you're this young girl, and it's UNESCO, and, you know, you had long flowing hair and red lipstick. And I thought, she can't possibly know what she's talking about. And I stayed quiet. And he took a few seconds, and then he said, you know, Melody, I realized that that problem is much more mine than yours. And I said, yes, yes, it is. And it was a really interesting moment. And, you know, and I think we've come such a long way since then. But I think these kind of, and, you know, last night, you know, at the drinks reception, a lovely, charismatic Mexican lady, if you're here, hi to you, because she was wasn't she lovely? She was brilliant. Anyway, she comes up to us, and she asked us, what do you do? And I said, what do you do? And she said, oh, I'm one of the people who decides who gets the awards for the Cartier Awards, you know? And I said, oh, you're one of the judges. She said, no, not judges, the awarder. And she said, you know, we have to be careful about using the word judge, especially to women. You know, women judge. And I mean, how many of you, if you're going to a conference with lots of men, you probably pay less attention to what you're going to wear than if you're going to a conference with lots of women. You know, do we judge each other too much? Do we feel conscious about it? Again, I think these are becoming things of the past, but it's an interesting point to be kind of conscious of the history of what we're transitioning through, and being conscious to instill, if we are bosses, to instill a much more positive, kinder environment for people to progress and feel comfortable to be who they are.